Your body's telling you no. Your mind says yes. Keep going.
All right, we're live. Hey folks, Blake Castle here with Bodylastics. I'm an expert at helping people over 30 look and feel the best they've ever felt with resistance bands. And many of you might have landed here because you're looking for heavy resistance bands. And I'm going to show you what that looks like and why Bodylastics is your choice for heavy resistance bands. But first, let's go into why you need that. Now, many of you might be coming from a free weight background. So let's say you're using a 30-pound dumbbell to do your curls. That's good form, right? Yeah, of course that's good form. Right there, with curls. But if you have a thin band, and I'll explain that in a second, you're not going to get that 30 pounds of resistance, right? You would be able to have to go for, that wouldn't even work. Even if I did 100 reps here, it still wouldn't put that kind of strain on the muscle. Remember, how do we change a muscle? By putting stress on the muscle, and then it adapts. How does it adapt? By getting bigger and stronger, the theory of adaptation. So when you have a band, the thickness of the band will dictate how much resistance it creates. And you can even look through on the top. You can see the wall thickness of the band is very thin. The thinner it is, the less resistance. But the more rubber, and let's take a 30-pound Bodylastics band and I'll show you. Look at how thick that is. It's like an anaconda. The thicker the band, the more resistance that you have. So here's our 30, but the problem is, as I started to design Bodylastics and people wanted more and more resistance on their bands, they said, we want a thicker band. Here's the problem with that, and I'm going to show you the solution in a second. So the problem is, if this band were to be thicker, as I stood on that band, and I know this because I tested it way back in the day, once you stand on it, if the band's too thick, you'll actually rock back and forth. You won't be able to squish the band down with your feet when you're doing an exercise like standing bicep curl, or you go into your squat. You wouldn't be able to stand on it, and it would probably slip out from under your feet. So how do we create extra heavy resistance bands in that setting for the different exercises that you're doing, especially if you're a power bodybuilder? Well, we do that with the stackable band system. And so what we're able to do is take similar size bands, or even ones that are a little bit smaller to create the right resistance, and stack them on together. So here I've got a 30-pound. This is the equivalent of doing a 30-pound weight. I've got a 23-pound, and I've got a 13. So we're able to clip all those on, stackable. And now you're able to stand on it, because as you stand, it kind of creates a plane with the bands. They're not all stacked on top of each other, and that's much easier to stand on and then control. So let's go into a squat with that. I've got a good amount of resistance here. Coming down, arms go back, chest stays up, and we're going down into our squat. Pressing from the heel. What else did I have on my list? Hold on a second. Thickness of band, resistance, right? Advantage. So what are the advantages as you guys are looking to go with extra heavy resistance bands? There is an advantage over free weights. When we use a free weight works with gravity, right? So 30 pounds here, 30 pounds here, same. But it's not that way with a resistance band. So this band is 30 pounds, the orange. This is you can hear someone's doing something around here. All right, 30-pound band. It might be a little bit less at the start of the exercise, but as we stretch a band, it increases in resistance, so that when I get to the ending point of my rep, I'm actually stretching more than 30 pounds. It's the same theory as those big machines. Nautilus uses a cam. It's called Nautilus. It uses a special shaped cam so that you get less resistance at the beginning and more at the end. That is a main advantage here. And of course, for you guys using extra heavy resistance bands and a stackable band system, you want to have a safety system, anti-snap, and Bodylastics has that. There's this little inner cord. You won't be able to see it. There's a little white inner cord in here that's incredibly strong, up to 80 pounds of pressure. It'll stop you. And what that does, come with me, Hyro, is that when I'm stretching on this, it's going to tell you, forget the door opening, let's keep going. It's going to tell you that the band is being stretched too far, and it's right there. So right there, that cord is going to stop me from going any further. That'll stop you from damaging the band and then snapping it. So Quick recap, if you guys are going to a heavy band system, you want extra heavy resistance bands, you want to use a stackable band system. Bodylastics has that for you with anti-snap, and of course, all of our components are super heavy duty as well to handle all that resistance. The last thing you want to do is be in the middle of an exercise and have your handle snap or break in the middle of it. So there you go. Check it out. Go and use these for your incredible workouts that you're doing to build muscle. Go check out Chiseled. That's what we do. That's how I build my body. I haven't touched a free weight in 9 years. That's how we do it, with these bands right here. So get your extra heavy resistance bands, get it on, and we'll see you online. Have a great one.